Go ahead, David.
Okay, so Vanderlei, we have been talking about phrasal verbs for the past 2 weeks. And the reason is English has many unique attributes or aspects of our verbs. A verb, when combined with specific prepositions, can have completely different meanings. So, for example, to put, you put, colocar, right? You can put something off, which means you postpone it, you delay. I put it off. Different from that is to put it out, to extinguish. I put out the fire. The firemen put out the fire before that. So, and as you see on the slide, the verb put, directly following it will have an object, and then there will be the preposition. So I put something off, I put something out, I put something together. If you put something together, you say, we are having a new baby, I need to get a crib for the baby. Or you go to IKEA, very well-known furniture store. You build the furniture yourself. You put it together, right? So I put my IKEA dresser together.
Okay, David, I don't know. I have to put the crib or crib. I don't know.
Crib.
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 Okay.
A crib is 1 second. Crib is a berço.
Ah, okay. Berço.
Berço.
Did you know? Vanderlei? Crib. Okay.
I didn't know.
Okay.
Yes.
David, when I was in Toronto, I got my drawer in IKEA. Okay, there are a lot of IKEA store in Toronto.
Yes, very popular.
Very popular.
IKEA, I don't know about Brazil,
No,
but they are very popular in Europe.
we don't have IKEA in Brazil.
Yeah, it is a very large Swedish furniture store. Massive, it's huge. It has thousands and thousands of products for your home.
David, a gente poderia dizer put something together, em português seria montar. Você compra o móvel em uma loja e você mesmo monta. Assemble, ok? Assemble.
Monta, or it could be também. If I put something together, também que significa construir.
Construir, ok. Mas no caso desses casos de que a gente compra alguma coisa em uma caixa junto, então a gente faz a montagem do móvel. Nós fizemos a montagem do móvel, montamos o berço, compramos o berço na IKEA, nós compramos, né? We got the crib, né? Em IKEA, and montamos o berço, ok? Nós usamos mais nós não usamos construir, to build, né, Vanderlei? Normalmente montar é o verbo mais apropriado, ok?
Okay. Another thing, so you can put up with something or somebody, and that means you tolerate it. Or in tolerar in Portuguese.
Sim.
Yep. So you can tolerate. You can put something on. You can wear clothing. Usar, vestir.
Sim.
I put on a sweater, right?
Wrong.
Eu vesto something. So those are the various uses of put, right? And just depending upon the preposition, It has a completely different meaning. Okay. Next one. Run. So run, as you know, the verb is courir. Courir. But
Yes.
completely different meaning when we use different prepositions. So I run into somebody. I have a meeting with someone. We encontrar. Por surpresa. It's a completely surprise meeting. I run into. Oh, I was walking down the street. I ran into Flavio. Hi, how are you? It was an informal, unexpected meeting.
Em português, David, a gente pode falar, eu encontrei, né, inesperadamente, ou eu trombei com Vanderlei, estava andando em Monte Azul e trombei,
Trombei.
um crash, um choque, ok?
É,
trombei com
é mais ou
Vanderlei.
menos,
Mais ou menos isso, né, Vanderlei?
é,
Trombei.
inesperadamente,
É,
né?
trombei,
Exatamente.
trombei com Vanderlei na rua, é o verbo
É isso.
trombar. Little bit complicated for
Understood.
gringos.
Yes. So the next one, run over. Run over is atropelar.
Sim.
I run my car. I'm driving. I ran over a squirrel in the road. Run over,
Okay.
atropellar.
Okay.
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 Next.
I accidentally ran over your bicycle in driveway.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Another use of put is to put off. I put off meeting with you until 9 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock. So I postpone.
Put off.
Postpone.
Okay.
Postpone would be adiar.
Sim. Okay.
Postpone. Adiar. To put something out. So there was a fire. I'm sorry. We already did run then. I beg your pardon. We're off to run. I need to move ahead here. Okay. Next one. Okay. Run over, run through. So in plays, you can rehearse. That is, I'm an actor. Eu sou ator. Eu pratico para o teatro. I have to rehearse.
Yes.
I have to rehearse my lines. So rehearse would be ensalar, right? Ensalar,
Okay.
I have to rehearse, I run over, run through.
I can use both, run over or run through.
Or run through.
Ok?
Yes. Either are acceptable.
Nós falamos ensaiar, né? O ator,
Ensaiar.
ele vai ensaiar. Antes da peça, né? Antes do play, né? Ele ensaia. Então, rehearse.
Rehearse, correct.
Rehearse. Ou
Rehearse.
review. Okay.
Review or rehearse, correct. The next one, run away. In this case, the child ran away from home and has been missing for 3 days. Run away would be fugir.
Fugir, ok.
Fugir. A criança fugiu ao someplace, lugar, right?
Sim,
ran away.
A criança fugiu de algum lugar, ou fugiu da sua casa, ou fugiu da escola, ok?
Sim. Okay. Next one is to run out. You hear this a lot. So, I'm at home. I'm looking to have a soda I say to my wife, oh, we ran out of Coca-Cola. I need to go to the grocery store to get more. So, have run out is acabar.
Sim.
We no longer have any.
Esse phrasal verb é muito interessante, Vanderlei, Dave também, porque eles falam que we run out of shampoo. O shampoo acabou, então nós tivemos o shampoo acabado em casa. Né? Nós não dizemos isso, nós dizemos, né, o shampoo acabou, então eu tive que, né, lavar meu cabelo com sabão. Então, eles falam que, por exemplo, quando acaba a gasolina do carro, né? I have my gasoline run out, né? Eu tive a minha gasolina acabada, alguma coisa assim, né, David? We run out.
Yep. We ran out. It just means there is none left.
Ok.
Yeah, so I need to get
Ah,
more.
não, é.
É muito interessante esse phrasal verb, porque ele traz o sujeito, né? Nós, né? Nós tivemos o arroz acabou. Nós dizemos o produto. Em português nós falamos a gasolina acabou, o arroz acabou, o feijão acabou, ok? Então been run out, run out, né? Agora não. We have been beans run out. Okay.
And it means, or para gasolina is fazio or fazia. You've none left, right? Nothing in the gas car. Tim. Okay, next one. This is an unusual one. You send something back. So it can be return something, right? Could be returning, retornar. I need to return something via mail, but you can also say this, I'm in a restaurant. I order a hamburger. I say, I want the hamburger to be medium rare, mal pasado, right? Medium rare. It comes to me and it is well done, or it's bom trabalho, okay? I send it back because it is cooked too much and say, give me a different one. So I send that back.
Ok. Então, seria como devolver. Eu estou em um restaurante, o que ele disse, né? Eu peço um sanduíche, um hambúrguer mal passado, e o garçom me traz um hambúrguer bem passado. Então, I am going to send back. Eu vou devolver aquele pedido. My order, ok? I am going to
Correct.
send back my order. Ok, David?
Exactly right. Exactly
Okay.
right.
Vanderlei, fique à vontade para participar também aí, tá? Eu estou participando
tranquilo.
porque a dinâmica da aula é essa mesmo, a gente
Não,
comentar,
beleza.
porque também nós vamos ajudar o David no português, certo? E
Sim,
também
sim.
treinar o nosso inglês, né? Simultaneamente, ok?
Tranquilo.
So the next two, to set something up. Set up would be to configurar or montar or construir, different meanings. But in this case, it's arranged. So our boss set a meeting up with the president of the company. So our boss establecer uma reunião com o jefe. Okay? You can set that up, you can arrange it. Difference is, you see this with the police. You're set up by the police, which means that they have what's called, for example, you're driving and you're not paying attention, and suddenly the speed limit, the velocidade, limite de velocidade goes lower. You're in what's called a speed trap. So that the police pull you over and give you a ticket. So I was set up in this speed trap so that the police could give me a ticket. I was set up.
Ok, set
I
up.
was tricked. Set up, tricked.
Seria então, em português, seria uma armadilha, né? Um truque. The police set up the car thief by a polícia montou uma armadilha para pegar, né, o carro do ladrão com uma câmera escondida, ok? Montou uma armadilha. Então, será como a função de trap ou trick, armadilha, ok?
Okay, very good. So the next one, shopping. So you know the verb to shop. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm going to shop for groceries. Straightforward. But if you say I'm shopping around, what that means is I am going to compare prices. I am looking for something specifically, and I want to see where I can find the best price, right? So, comprar ao redor. I'm going to
Sim.
see where I can get the best price. That's shopping around. I want to shop around a little before I decide on these boots. Maybe I can find a better price. Maybe I can find a better pair.
Em português é isso mesmo. Eu vou comparar os preços antes de comprar, ok?
Exactly.
Né? Before I decide for these books
Perfeito.
or these boots, okay?
Yep,
Okay.
perfeito. Perfeito.
Shop
Okay.
shop around. Very interesting.
Shop around.
Interesting phrasal verb. Shop around.
Yes.
David, can I?
Yes.
I am going to compare prices. Can I say I am going to compare prices before I decide?
Before I purchase? Yes, you can say that.
Okay. But
shop around, it would simply be more informal.
Okay.
More informal.
So phrasal verb normally is more informal, okay?
Phrasal verb is normally informal. Shop, shop is simply comprar, right?
Sim.
But if you shop around, you're going to take the extra step to compare. Okay?
Mas, por exemplo, qual que vocês usam mais? Vocês usam mais shop around ou compare?
We hear both. Okay. Normally, if you see an advertisement, uma publicidade no jornal, you'll say compare. Compare will be used there because they're asking you to do something. Shopping around would be, I am talking to you. So it's more verbal. I'm talking to friends. I'm talking to family. Yeah, I'm going to shop around to see if I can get a better deal on this. Compare, you would see in ads, in printed, maybe in advertisements on television.
So when my wife asks you to buy a television, for example, so
yes,
you respond, I am going to shop around.
I'm going to shop around to see where I can get the best deal.
Okay. I'm going to shop around. Okay. Interessante.
Right.
Okay.
I'm going to shop around. See if I can get.
O phrasal verb
preço.
O phrasal verb é mais usado, né, Flávio?
O phrasal, igual ele está dizendo, o phrasal verb é mais informal, então é mais comum, né? Na linguagem.
Mais comum,
mais comum.
Parece nós, assim, que na escrita, inclusive, a gente deve até evitar, né?
Exatamente. Interessante, David, porque no inglês nós temos em torno de 40%, 50% de palavras de origem do latim, certo?
Sim.
Só que, Vanderlei, então, como no português, o português também vem do latim. Só que as palavras de origem do latim, normalmente elas são muito formais no inglês, Vanderlei.
Exatamente.
Então assim, eles usam, por isso que eles usam, ao invés de to compare, que é comparar, né, que é um verbo também de origem latina, né, compare, né, compare, né? Então, eles preferem usar, eu creio, imagino, que seria esse caso aí, shop, né?
Shop around.
Shop around. A ideia é essa mesmo. Então, e para nós fica mais difícil, porque às vezes eles usam o inglês, né, de origem, de outra origem que não latina para o dia a dia, né? Então é mais complicado mesmo. Mas muito interessante.
Para a gente seria mais familiar, né? As palavras de origem latina.
Normalmente eu vou dizer I'm going to compare before I decide, né? Antes de eu decidir, eu vou comparar antes de decidir. Mas agora, quando eu estiver falando, I am going to shop around.
I'm going to shop around.
Tem que tirar uma onda, né?
Tem que mostrar que meu inglês, my English is enriched, está enriquecendo.
You're doing great. These are very difficult because it takes these phrasal verbs take normal verbs that you would understand, you would have learned and have basic meanings, but by adding a preposition to it, it changes the meaning. So it's typically you use these in an informal basis in an oral situation where you're talking with friends. You can see these in print, but normally it's a conversation that you're having and you're using these types of verbs.
Okay.
So show off. Show off is one. So he always shows off on his skateboard. So it's when you're showing off, you are boasting, which would be vangloriarsi, right?
Ah, sim.
Vangloriarsi, it's all about your ego. You know, look at me. I am really important, big, or I'm strong. I'm showing off. So it's boasting.
Mas nesse caso aqui, extra, special for people watching, eu creio que seria fazer uma exibição especial, aparecer mais, mostrar mais, ok?
Yes. Could be also, it's really all about a vangloria.
Ah, sim.
Seria no sentido pejorativo? Show off.
Show off. Yes, I'm showing off. So you see this, typically young, with younger people, right? You have kids on skateboards doing tricks.
Sim, o que o cara faz? Ele sempre está querendo mostrar mais, né? He always show offs on his skateboard. Ele sempre quer mostrar, né? Ele sempre quer mostrar mais no seu skate, né? É mais ou menos isso aí. É uma ideia de realmente quando o cara quer aparecer mais, né? O cara quer exibir mais, é um pouquinho negativo, né? Um pouco fica querendo mostrar. Então, show off dá esse sentido aí um pouco pejorativo.
Exactly. Okay, the next one. So you know what sleep is, dormir, straightforward. But if you have a sleepover, typically that is with younger children and specifically young girls. So young girls, 10, 11, 12 years old, will have sleepovers where all of their friends will come together and spend the night at one friend's house, and they'll stay up late, they'll watch television, they'll talk, they'll play, whatever. But that I'm having a sleepover, which means I'm having my friends over to my house to spend the night, and we're going to stay up late and act like we're adults.
Okay.
Sleepover.
Sleepover. Stay somewhere for the
night.
For the night. Okay.
Right. Now, alternatively, this definition says you should sleep over tonight if the weather is too bad to drive home. So you are at a friend's house or a relative's house. It's raining heavily. Driving is difficult or somewhat could be bad. Say, stay here tonight, drive back tomorrow. Sleep over here, which means to stay here tonight and sleep.
No caso aqui do português seria, você deveria ficar aqui esta noite, né? Porque o tempo está muito ruim, né? Para você dirigir até em casa, ok? You should sleep over tonight if the weather is too bad to drive home. Ok.
Very good.
Então,
exactly right.
Você fica aqui porque o tempo não está legal para você dirigir até a sua casa. It's too bad.
Yeah. So the next one, this sorts something out. You'd hear this much more with British. The British, if you have a problem, you have to resolve the problem, resolver problema. The British will say, we need to sort this, which means we need to resolve this, right? So you sort a problem out. So that's where you hear it often. Otherwise, it's a similar definition here. We need to sort the bills out before the first of the month, which means I have bills or I owe money, contas, primeiro dia do mês. I need to pay these. I need to identify which bills I need to pay. So I need to sort them out.
Sort the bills out. Bills out.
Sort the bills out.
Então, é organizar, né? Resolver aquelas...
Organizar.
Organizar as contas. Vamos ver, né, quais as contas que nós temos para pagar no dia 1º. Né? Fazer uma ordem, né? Seria...
Exactly. Okay, next one. Stick to something. Stick to something really means to continue, to dedicate. So if you are going to be on a regime, a diet, right? You need to continue your plan. I need to stick to this if I want to lose weight. I have to continue the plan in order to be successful. I have to stick to it.
Stick to continuar, né? Continuar na dieta.
Continuar.
Eu posso dizer, can I say stick to play, for example, you need to stick to play the piano. Or it's not common.
You need to, I would say you would need to, that probably is a little different. You need to stick to your practice in order to play the piano. Or you would say in a meeting, for example, in reunião, uma empresa, stick to the agenda, stick to the meeting, what we're trying to, stay on the topic, stick to it.
Vamos continuar nossa agenda, vamos continuar nossa pauta, ok? Stick to. Aqui seria quase que como esticar, né? Aqui em português nós temos um verbo, David, chamado esticar, continuar,
Okay.
né? Incompridar, ok? Longer.
Completed.
Okay.
Understand. Okay, so the next one, less likely to use it. So switch on or switch off would be desligar versus achar, ligar. Or
turn off.
But more often than not, in English, rather than saying, American English, rather than saying switch on or switch off, you would say turn on or turn off.
Ah, sim. Você sabia, Vanderlei? Eles usam mais, então, switch off. Can we switch off the light?
Eu não sabia.
We would say, in America, we would say, the light's too bright. Could you turn it off? Or, we heard the news as soon as we turned on the car radio. We turn things on in America. We don't switch them on.
No Canadá, in Canada, people say turn off or turn on, more common.
Yes.
I think.
I think that's a North American thing. Switch would be more British.
Okay. Switch on, switch off. É o mesmo significado, né? Turn on, turn off, switch on, switch off.
Same thing. It's just more common. Turn on, turn off, mais comum.
Sim.
Okay, so take after somebody, just resemble, which means parecerse como. I take after my father. He is quiet, or he is loud. I take after somebody, which means I have similar characteristics. características parecidas.
Sim. I take after my mother. After my mother, we are both. Então, eu pareço com minha mãe, né? Nós somos muito impacientes. Então, take after para dar essa característica. Interessante, interessante. Conhecia esse phrasal verb, Vanderlei? Take after?
Não.
Take after.
Não conheci.
David, normally for somebody, okay? Somebody.
I take after somebody, correct.
Okay,
correct.
Not something.
No, it's the characteristics are similar to someone else.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, but so here's the first example of take, right?
Yes.
Pegar.
Just first.
Right? Yeah, it's pegar. Now we have many more examples by using different prepositions. So I take after, I can take apart, I can take back, I can take off, I can take out. So here, many different meanings by adding a different preposition. So take apart, it means to disassemble, which is desmontar. Desmontar. He took the car brakes apart and found the problem. Okay, this simply means to desmontar, take it apart.
Take apart. Nós poderíamos dizer, em Vanderlei, take apart seria desmontar, né, em português, ou então to break, quebrar em pedaços, né, quebrar em peças, em pedaços.
Okay? Mais ou menos isso, né?
But the difference typically, though, is rather than breaking, you're taking it apart because you want to put it back together again.
Sim. Você pode montar novamente.
Desmontar e depois montar.
Okay. Can I say, for example, for a puzzle, quebra-cabeças? Montar e desmontar o quebra-cabeça.
Yeah.
Puzzle.
You can say that.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Ok, interessante.
Okay.
Take apart, desmontar. Ok.
Yep.
Interessante.
Take back. Several different meanings for this. Take back would simply be retornar, right? Return. I'm taking it back. I'm returning. I bought something. It's wrong. I'm going to take it back. Difference, though, there is you're having an argument with your wife. Your wife says to you, "You are an idiot. I hate you." And you say, "Take that back." Take that back, which means apologize for saying what you just said.
I have to take our duty back because it doesn't work.
Yes. But if you're asking somebody to take something back that they said, it's always something verbal. That's really desculparse, to apologize.
Okay, apologize. Okay.
Apologize. Yep. Okay. Take off. My plane takes off. Takes off in 5 minutes. Okay.
Esse é mais conhecido.
So,
é mais conhecido.
Nós saímos.
Decolar, né?
Yeah. Decolar, sair, partir. All the same. All mean the same. We're leaving in 5 minutes. Taking off. Difference from there. You can also take off something. You can remove clothing.
Okay.
So okay. I take off my my socks. Is a tire a roupa, right?
Okay.
Take off your clothes.
Tire a roupa. Okay, Dave. Na anterior, previous, take off. Can I say I am going to take off to Mato Verde next week? I'm going to take off.
Yeah, sure.
Certo. Então estou decolando, né, para Mato Verde na próxima semana, ok? I'm going to take off to São Paulo ou
To a
Brasília, next week.
location, some lugar,
Ah, ok.
algum lugar.
Interessante, né,
But
Vanderlei? A gente pode usar
there's a-
esse, né?
Pois
I
é.
am going to, né?
There's a-
Eu
there's a-
estarei viajando, né? Em vez de dizer I'm going to travel, né?
Essa aí eu achei que fosse essa só questão de decolagem mesmo
De avião. Mas
do avião, sabe?
aham. Mas no caso eu posso dizer no lugar de travel, né? I am going to travel, I am going to take off, ok? Blá, blá, blá.
I'm gonna take off.
Ok,
I'm
David?
going to sair.
Sim.
Sair. I'm leaving. I'm taking off. There's a difference, though, between that and saying you're at work and you say, I am going to take the next week off. Okay.
Ah,
So take off. I'm taking the next week off, which means you are going as férias, right? I'm on vacation. I'm taking the next week off.
Entendi.
E colocando o objeto, né, no meio, né? Cortando o phrasal verb. Interessante.
Simply different. Okay, takeout. So we would say, can you take the garbage out to the street for me? So if you take out the garbage, retirar
Lixo.
the garbage. Typically,
Na
it's
rua,
take away is retirar. Now, but the difference there is, let's say it is my wife's birthday. My wife had her birthday 2 weeks ago. I took her out for dinner, which means that we went out to dinner. It was my treat. I'm taking you to a location. I am paying for it. I took you out.
Take out como pay.
Pay for, or you will be the host for that. I'm taking you out. Okay. There's yet another use of that. And you hear this in movies with gangsters, right? Gangsters.
Okay.
Gangsters are bandidos, right? And you hear one guy to say to the other, "You need to take him out," which means you need to kill him.
Okay.
Mate ele.
Okay.
Take him out. Mate ele.
See. My grandparents took us out of our dinner and a movie.
Dinner and a movie. So they took us to the movie, the restaurant. They paid for it. It was that's what they say. It's my treat, which means I'm going to pay for everything. Eu vou pagar para todos.
Nós dizemos é por minha conta, ok? O jantar.
Por minha conta, exactly.
Hoje o jantar é por minha conta. Então, take out, ok? Hoje eu pago tudo.
It's my treat.
Yep. It's my treat. Treat.
It's my treat. Is
treat.
Treat, yes. En este caso, es como a palavra tem dois E's. Treat. Treat.
Could you spell, please?
Yeah, I'll put that in the chat.
Okay.
Let's see. Chat. T. All right. The word is treat. T-R-E-A-T. Treat.
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 See. That's treat.
Good. Okay. The next one. You know what tear is? The verb tear is rascar. Rascar is tear. But if you tear something up, you break it into small pieces. Tear into pieces, it would be rasgar en pedazos.
Sim, rasgar em pedaços. E o tear, tor, né? Tear, é o past participle.
I tore. The past tense is tore.
Eu rasguei as cartas do meu ex-namorado, né? Tear, tor. Ah, ok. E também tor.
En este
Nós
caso,
temos tear, né?
a
Tear.
palabra, yeah, es diferente, ¿no? A palabra en este caso es como o verbo ter, to have.
Tear.
Pronuncia como o mesmo, to
Sim,
tear. I
tear.
tear this
Tear.
up.
E nós temos tear, que é lágrimas, né? Tear, que escreve da mesma forma, né? Mas
Lágrimas, exactly.
a pronúncia é diferente, Vanderlei, nesse caso aí, tá?
Sim.
Tears, né? Lágrimas e tear,
Para
rasgar.
nós, o mesmo. Lágrimas são tears.
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 Tear. Interessante. A escrita é a mesma e a pronúncia é diferente, o significado é diferente.
Completamente diferente.
Diferente.
Okay. Think back. Lembrar, right? So you're going to think back. So when I think back on my youth, I wish I had studied harder. So I am going to remember something in the past. Eu vou lembrar alguma coisa na passada. I am going to think back on that period. Okay, different
legal.
from that. So we have think back. We also have think over, considerar. Eu devo considerar este trabalho. E se eu vou continuar ou aceitar. Okay, I'm going to think it over.
Okay, think over. Interessante. I will have to think this job offer. Eu vou considerar.
Before I make my final decision.
Sim.
É preciso de considerar se eu quero isto.
Sim, eu vou. O que nós poderíamos dizer também, Vanderlei? Considerar nesse caso, eu vou pensar, né? Eu creio que vou pensar também, né?
Isso aí.
Seria, David, nós usamos popularmente, eu vou pensar no caso, ok? Eu vou pensar. I am going to think this subject. Vou pensar nesse assunto,
Yes.
ok? Think over.
Sure.
Interessante,
Very
interessante.
Good. Okay. Next one. Throw away. So you know what throw is, right? Lanzar.
Sim.
I throw something, but to throw away is to dispose of. So I descartar. Typically,
jogar fora mesmo, né?
Yeah, so we threw our old furniture away when we won the lottery, or just get rid of. Throw that away. It's too old.
Descartar.
Sim. David,
throw away.
Throw away. Okay. Only for something, or, por exemplo, eu posso descartar uma pessoa, por exemplo, eu vou descartar Vanderlei. I'm going to
throw away my
Vanderlei away. Vou descartar, não quero mais amizade dele. Posso dizer isso?
Normalmente nós usamos esta palavra.
Aí é break up, né?
Break up? Oh.
Break up is different, yeah. So you have an enamorado, and you break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, or your spouse and your wife, right? You can break up with them, but you don't throw them away. You typically, this is for an item, an inanimate object.
Descartar algum item, né? Algum item, jogar fora alguma coisa, né? Alguma. Ok.
But there's a difference too. So you'll hear this. Someone says something, right? Or you're arguing with your wife, and your wife says, do that. And you turn away from her and you say, yeah, whatever. Okay. So whatever means, I don't care what you say, right? But I say that to myself, yeah, whatever. That is what we would call a throwaway comment. Which means it's not intended to be heard, but it's just, you say that, just whatever.
Ok,
So throw
interessante.
wake comment. Okay, turn. So we all know what turn is. Turn meaning curvar, mudar, girar. Girar, I think would be the best, right? Girar, to turn. So you can turn something off, you can turn something on. So we saw that previously. Instead of saying switched on or switched off, we often say turn on or turn off. But you can also turn something down, which means that you reduce, you lessen. So
Decrease.
it's too bright in here.
Decrease.
I need to turn down the lights. I need to decrease the lights. But it can also mean refuse. So we saw before that I have to think about the offer. I've got an offer. I need to consider the job offer. I've considered it. I'm turning it down. I'm refusing it. I'm recusar. Eu recuso este trabalho.
Eu recusei esse trabalho. Eu recusei esse trabalho porque eu não quero me mudar. Ok? I don't want to move.
Don't want to do it.
Interessante.
Yep. So I turn it down. We just saw turn off, turn on. Let's second. Let's go to the next slide.
Turn down pode ser, então, diminuir o volume, né? Ou, ou recusar. Ok?
Yep, same thing. Turn up, we said we did that. So turn up, something is increased, but it can also turn up is to appear suddenly, right? Our cat turned up after we put up posters all over the neighborhood. So my cat was lost. Meu gato estava
sumido. Sumido.
So, and suddenly it turns up. It appears. It's aparecer. All of a sudden, here it is. Yeah, so you turned up. Okay?
Normalmente nós vamos dizer, né, que the cat appear, ok? Suddenly. Nós não vamos dizer turn up, né,
com certeza.
O gato apareceu.
Apareceu.
Okay. Try something. Try something out is tentar, right? Try something out. I'm going to try this tentar. You can try it on. You can vestir-se. You can try the clothing on to say, oh, does it fit? Does it look good? I will try that on.
Experimentar.
I'm going to try this new brand of detergent out. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to test it. Eu vou testar. I am going to tentar. Eu vou tentar.
Ok.
Yep.
Try out é testar, né? Testar.
Testar. Yep.
Experimentar testando.
Yeah, good. That's good. Yes. Okay. So use, usar, you know what use is, but if you use something up, that means you finished everything. Terminar. I've used all of the shampoo up. I need to go get more. Right? So you finished. You use something up is to finish it, to use all of it. If it's used up, you have used all of it. Usar tudo.
Ah, sim, acabou, né?
Out.
Então você vai precisar de the kids used all. Não entendi bem esse não.
So now we need to buy some more. Yep. Good. Okay. Wake up. We know what wake up is. You hear it all the time. Acordar. Acordarme. I wake up. We have to wake up early for work on Monday.
Okay. Wake up
acordar-se.
Is common, né? Wake up. But David, quando eu uso wake ou wake up, it's different. Wake or wake up.
Waking is, yes. Waking specifically means Eu estava dormindo, and suddenly I wake up. Okay, no specific time. Typically, when you say wake up, there is a time frame involved. I need to
ok.
wake up by 7 o'clock in order to get to work on time.
Interessante. Então, wake seria uma coisa suddenly. Seria I wake at the midnight.
No time limit involved or no time period. I wake. I woke up. I wake. Right. Same thing. So warm up means to if you warm up. You hear this all the time. My wife says this all the time. It's crazy. Aquecimento. Aquecimento. I need to warm up, right? You can warm your feet up in front of the fireplace. So why do we say in English, you could simply say, I need to warm myself by the firelight, but why warm up? You don't warm yourself down, do you? No, you warm up. You cool down and you warm up.
Okay. It's opposite.
Just a crazy anomaly of English. Don't know why. As we've said before, English is a strange language.
Warm up.
Last ones. So we had warm up. So if you are exercising and vocês vão à academia. Okay?
Academia.
Para fazer deportes. Right? You need to warm up in order to, antes de jogar, you warm up.
Nós também dizemos aquecer, né? Vamos fazer um aquecimento. Okay? Antes de, por exemplo, quando eu vou correr, eu faço um aquecimento antes de correr. Okay?
Exactly. Yeah, you warm up. You warm up
when I go to run, I make a warm up, or I do. I do warm
you warm up exercises, or you stretch, or you esticar, or whatever. Para preparar
alongamento,
para
alongamento, né?
Okay.
Precisamos de prepararmos para o jogo ou outra atividade. Right? You need to warm up. Okay, wear off. So wear off is to fade away. In that case, I think you mean desaparecer. Desaparecer. Most of my make-off wore off before I got to the party. So your wife puts on makeup, right? Makeup is what is makeup? Pintar-se, right?
Peraí, a maioria dos meus make-up desapareceram antes que eu fosse da festa. Essa frase, você consegue entender essa frase, Vanderlei? Eu não entendo.
I think so. In this case, it's a
pintura, né? A pintura saiu, maquiagem.
Maquiagem, ok. É que eu não estava ligando com a maquiagem.
Antes da festa.
Sim. Entendi.
You're absolutely right, Vanderlei. Maquiagem.
É maquiagem, que eu não estava conseguindo fazer ligação de make-up com maquiagem. Geralmente usa make-up com outro sentido, né? Mas interessante, sim. A maioria da minha maquiagem desfez ou desapareceu, né? Antes de eu ir para a festa. Ok, interessante. Make-up.
So, exercise to work out. You go to the gym, you warm up before you exercise, and then you actually work out.
Okay.
Different from that,
workout
means something. If you say, I talk to you, Flavio, and say, hey, Flavio, how did that trip to Toronto work out?
Okay.
Right. So in that case, was it successful? Was your trip successful?
My trip
So,
worked out fine.
Bem,
Ok? My trip
yeah, bem
worked out fine.
sucedido.
No caso, David, bem sucedida, tá? A minha viagem em Toronto foi bem sucedida, ok? Então, worked out fine. É interessante, eu não conhecia esse significado. Exercise, ok, né? But workout be successful, I didn't see.
Right. And then one final example of work out, which means we have to work out the total cost before we buy the house, which means precisamos de calcular o custo em total antes de comprar uma casa. I need to calculate that, figure that out.
Calculation.
Yep.
Ah,
Calcular.
é interessante. 3 significados. O primeiro a gente conhecia, né? Bem, Vanderlei. Esses 2 segundos são menos comuns, né? Então, fazer workout, work something out, é fazer um cálculo. Interessante, muito, muito legal. Muito
That's
boa
it,
aula.
my friends.
Ótima aula, né, Vanderlei? Muito legal.
What a ridiculous language. You have to ask yourselves, why am I learning such a ridiculous language? English is crazy. It's silly.
Ok.
Silly?
Silly. Pronto. Bobagem.
Normalmente não é tão simples. Normally it's not so simple. Normalmente não é muito simples. Mas interessante, David. Phrasal verb for Brazilians is very difficult. Phrasal verb is very difficult. But we need to study a lot to learn phrasal verb. Okay?
Practice.
Verdade. Participar, né?
Participar, praticar.
É isso aí, praticar. O tempo todo.
Okay, that's it.
So, are there other topics that you want to practice or learn about besides phrasal verbs? Just let me know what those might be, and I can prepare more presentations.
Okay, I am going to study, aliás, I would like to study idioms, okay?
Idioms, sure.
Idioms is very interesting too. David, I have material about idioms, okay?
Okay.
I can prepare a presentation and send you, and you prepare a class, you prepare a meeting, okay?
I can do that, sure.
Okay.
So,
next week, next week we are going to about idioms, okay?
Good.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Okay.
Next Thursday.
Thank you. Now I am
Have a nice week, gentlemen.
Recording.